the time of year when winter can really feel like it is just dragging on. After Christmas and the holidays and all the excitement that comes with that, we start to settle in to wintertime, and the cold and darker days can start to make winter feel really long. It's that time of year when I start looking back on pictures in my camera roll of the farm in May and June and counting down the days to when everything will start to green up and look alive again. But as a farmer, I really appreciate the rhythms of the seasons, and I don't want to rush through this season of slower times. I just want to enjoy having this lighter chore load and more time to spend on other things, learning new things in my kitchen, and just enjoying my home, because I know how quickly all of that will start to change when the farm wakes up again for springtime. The chickens have been laying so many eggs for this time of year, which is really surprising because normally they slow down during the winter months, but not this year. So we're enjoying a lot of fresh eggs, and this morning I decided to put together some oat pancakes loaded with eggs. I like to try to stack as much protein in our breakfast to get our day off on a really good start. So I'm really thankful that the chickens have not slowed down on their egg production this winter. As you guys know, I am very conscious about what I am feeding to my family, and I am always careful to source the best ingredients. I am also mindful of toxins in my home, and I try my best to eliminate them. So I am very excited to share about the sponsor of this week's video, and that is Caraway. Caraway is non-toxic cookware that is ceramic coated and made without the use of forever chemicals, such as Teflon, that is found in the majority of non-stick cookware currently on the market. Forever chemicals found in other cookware can take decades to leave our body and potentially cause long-term health risks like cancer and respiratory issues. Caraway uses a ceramic coating which is naturally non-stick. That means you can use minimal oil or butter and none of your food will stick to the pan. This cuts down on how long it takes to do dishes, and cleanup is a breeze. If I'm going out of my way to cook nourishing meals for my family, I want to also make sure I'm using safe and non-toxic cookware. If you're wanting to swap out your pans for a non-toxic alternative, check out Caraway. I'd recommend getting the cookware set like I did. It comes with the sauté pan, fry pan, Dutch oven, and saucepan, plus lids for all of them. A lid holder and magnetic pan rack makes for easy and functional storage. Buying this set saves you 20% versus buying each of the pieces individually. Plus, you can stack my code HARTFOR10 on top of that for an additional 10% off this set, or use it to save on any product site-wide. Thanks so much to Caraway for sponsoring today's video. Before heading out to feed the cows, I always have to start the tractor and just let it sit and idle for about 10 to 15 minutes so that diesel engine can really warm up. It has not been liking this cold weather, but luckily, even through last week's winter storm and sub-zero temperatures, it still started up every day. We just had to really make sure the engine was nice and warmed up before heading out to do anything. We are feeding our cattle so much hay this winter between the really cold temperatures and all the snow on the ground. They are just eating so much. And that is one of the things that I always look forward to the most come springtime, is for the cattle to be able to go out and graze again. I am looking forward to seeing fields of green again, and I am longing for those warm, sunshiny days. But there is something so beautiful about a blanket of snow covering the farm. It's in these days that I'm reminded that the pastures need this rest after a full growing season. And there's so many benefits to the land to be able to sit dormant over the winter time. It has a chance to rest and recover from last year's growing season, all while preparing for the growing season ahead. So even though when the snow melts, the grass will look all brown and dead again, there is still beauty in that. And we need to be reminded that this is a season of rest for everyone and everything, and winter does serve a purpose. On our farm, we try to really help our pastures during the wintertime by unrolling bales for the cattle. Unrolling the hay scatters around any seed that might be in the hay to kind of naturally overseed the pastures, and it also allows the cattle to spread out and eat evenly amongst all the fields, which also helps to spread out their manure and naturally fertilize the pastures. It keeps down on their impact in any one area, so that way everything really gets a chance to rest and reboot for springtime. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time now, and this is gonna seem silly, is try making my own pasta. I have never made homemade pasta, and honestly, I didn't realize how easy it was. It was always just one of those things that I didn't think I would have the time for, but I finally ordered the pasta attachment for my KitchenAid mixer. That was a goal of mine this winter, and that is to familiarize myself with making homemade pasta. I did really enjoy making it, and it was much easier than I thought it would be. Now, I'm gonna still keep good pasta noodles on hand because for me, spaghetti is one of those meals where if you forget to set your ground beef out, you can brown it really quickly and you can make spaghetti when you're in a pinch on what to make for dinner. But today I wanted to make it a little bit extra special by making my own noodles and then prepping some sausage meatballs to go along with. Winter is the season that I can spend time in my kitchen learning these new skills and enjoying it. I know once the farm wakes back up for springtime, we're gonna have so much going on that I'm gonna be relying on quick meals that I know how to make. But for now, I'm enjoying this time in my kitchen and spending a little bit extra time on these kind of meals. I am really looking forward to sharing more with you guys this spring and summer as we have more stuff going on around the farm and a lot more interesting outside content. We have some big plans for our garden this summer, for our small farm business. We have been talking about all of our plans and our goals for this summer, but for now, I'm just enjoying this slow time as we wait for things to just get going again. And I'm really looking forward to sharing so much more with you as the year goes on. Thanks so much for following along. I really hope you enjoyed this week's video.